a girl behind the camera saying, "You coming too close, please don't, get away, I'm not liking this," is okay. Yeah, it's her right. But just because I'm on this side of the camera, me not liking someone shouting at me or coming too close to me is not okay. Kuch karo, na karo, troll to tum ho gayi. The so-called, the nepotism people. One really good thing that I've learned from them is how to stay together and stick together. A lot of us will end up feeling insecure with each other only.
What about Akshay? What was it like acting with him?
Oh, he is, things that I learned from him, ease with which you need to approach action. I went and saw his action sequences even when I was not there, when I was shooting on Naam Shabana. And another thing that I really learned from that man was how to be calm in adverse of things. I've never seen him get angry.
Another person who you worked with is Shah Rukh Khan.
Yes, that wit, that smartness, that spontaneity, wow.
Does it impact by when actors speak out?
You have an opinion, then also it's a problem. You don't have an opinion,
Huh.
then also it is a problem.
The controversy regarding Iman Khalif.
Played a film on that subject. I did a film called Rashmi Rocket, which was about a female athlete being banned because she was detected with high level of testosterone. It's not like I've taken supplements. It's not like I've injected any hormones. It's just I'm born with it. There's so many athletes who are born with an edge over the others, like Usain Bolt. And you have Michael Phelps. Well, they are also born with certain biological edge over others. Why are they not banned?
Namaste, Jai Hind. You're watching or listening to another edition of the ANI podcast with Smita Prakash. This episode is being filmed in the city of Mumbai. My guest today is Taapsee Pannu, an actress who in a short period of time has won critical acclaim as well as box office success. Taapsee has acted opposite film icons like Amitabh Bachchan and Shah Rukh Khan, and noted directors like Anurag Kashyap and Sujoy Ghosh. Taapsee has played strong women-oriented roles. Taapsee, thank you so much for coming on the ANI podcast. I'm looking forward to having this conversation. But before that, may I call you Taapsee instead of Taapsee Ji?
Oh, please. Please, मेरे को suddenly लगेगा, I'll feel like I've probably aged 50 years if you call me Taapsee Ji. Please call me Taapsee.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's start with Olympics.
Okay.
You're just back?
Yes.
What was it like?
Apart from the heat wave there.
Huh.
No.
Did you have AC, unlike the contestants?
Yeah, I was privileged to have AC there because fortunately or unfortunately, I was not in the Olympic Village. So I had AC because I was put up in a hotel. I was staying in a hotel. But it was really hot. It was excruciatingly
पर ये
hot.
क्या तरीका था कि AC नहीं दिया players
I
को?
actually don't know, because I asked Matthias when he met me in Paris that is it this hot there? And he was like, yeah, and we don't even have ACs. We actually have fans, and those table fans kind of fans is what they had.
ये बड़ा eco-friendly
No, but I don't think they were prepared for heat wave.
They've had it every year, and every year is like, oh, it is never this hot.
I don't know, and actually I kept asking Matthias, I was like, are you sure your boys are well rested? Because I can't imagine them sleeping well with this kind of heat and those apartments where they were staying. I saw the video of that. I didn't visit it in person, but they were really like, even if you snore, you can, anyone staying in that whole apartment in any corner will be able to hear it. So imagine you're staying almost 8 people in one apartment because there are 4 rooms. There are some 6 people sometimes because there are 3 rooms. There are 2 people sharing rooms, and even if one person showers, the other person can hear the water going down because it's, first of all, it's not as noisy. So it's extremely quiet place, and then it is so close. And it is so, imagine in that space, and it's not, there's no fan, there's no AC. So I think by the end of first week, by the time I was leaving, is what I heard that the Indian players were provided with the ACs. Yes.
So I don't know at this stage whether I should continue talking about Olympics or the fact that you have now started using your husband's name very easily, casually. After that hesitation कि मैं नाम नहीं लूँगी.
No, actually hesitation in the sense because actually I'm still hesitant in certain ways. I don't like to milk a headline out of it. Because I've seen in India, or rather, I don't know, maybe other places also, I have not been any other country's citizen, so I don't know. It's been like that I've seen with actresses. Once you are with someone, regardless of how big or small the personality of that someone is, that starts overtaking your headlines. Like headlines regarding my work are actually, and it happened with me. There was a very early stage of my career, because it's been an open fact, I've been seeing him since past 11 years now. Like now we are married, but we were seeing each other for 10 years before we got married. And pretty much the same year when I debuted in the film industry.
The Telugu one or
No,
the
the Hindi one. The
Acha.
Hindi one. 2013. So since then, and I remember casually, just because I never thought of hiding his name, and it was not even like my family doesn't know, so I'll not talk about it situation. So when I spoke about him very casually, and it became headline of a one-page interview that I gave about my work. Imagine someone who had just come in the industry, has just done first film, my second film Baby was about to release, and I've so heartfully given an interview talking about how my first movie became a success, how I got a small but a powerful role in this film, and how, you know, I'm trying to come from South to the Hindi. I spoke about so much, but all they could carry as a headline was his name. Just because I'm seeing this person. I don't even know if they know exactly who he is. But it was just probably of interest कि ये किसको date कर रही है, या you know इसका चक्कर किसके साथ चल रहा है. So that kind of didn't make me feel nice, because I worked really hard to be where I am, to earn the name that I have. It cannot be overtaken by anybody else who is not really responsible for that, right? So it's my personal life, and it will be strictly personal, and this is my professional life, it's strictly professional. And now, because time have passed, I think people have kind of digested and swallowed, and
इस तरह करेंगे ये.
this is how it's going to be. And I do draw a line, and they are also very wary of that I have drawn a very strict line. They know this by now. So, and I also can control how much I'll talk and where I'll talk and to who I talk. I'm very particular about now who I speak to, because I know the way people can twist and turn things to get clickbaits. So that's why I'm talking here, because I feel I can.
Oh, thank you. But then it is true that you know, there is that your Instagram page, everybody is waiting to see, and you yourself said कि सब देख रहे हैं कि कब मैं वो शादी का जोड़ा में वो शॉट डालूं, है ना?
अरे इतने सारे शादी के जोड़े में मेरे पिक्चर्स हैं ऑल ओवर. आप बताओ कौन से ट्रेडिशन के शादी के जोड़े की फोटो चाहिए, वो सारे मैंने किसी ना किसी पिक्चर में करी हुई है. अब शादी के जोड़े में मुझे देख लो उसके अंदर.
नहीं, but it is true, like वैसे प्रियंका also, उसको भी कितने सारे जोड़ों में देखा हुआ है, but then everybody wanted to see कि असल में कैसे लगेगी, या कटरीना का.
You know, actually I never paid so much of heed to how, if I'm going to do or not. It came very organically to me that I will not, because I don't think this is an event that I need to release a press note that, you know, this has happened. It's got no effect on my professional life, and that's why I did not feel like releasing an official statement or picture of any sort. And I'm not thoroughly against it also, honestly. If I feel comfortable a few days, weeks, months, years down the line, I might. But
it's not
it's
your
not
defining
like,
thing.
yeah, it's not like I have, you know, the pressure that you can feel. Like imagine if I was like, okay, I have to release a picture. So now I'm always very wary of, during the 2-day procedure that's happening, I'll be constantly thinking कि अच्छा ये वाली फोटो नहीं, इस वाले मोमेंट की नहीं, उस वाले, अच्छा अभी इस फोटो के अंदर, अब ये जो सिलेक्ट हुई है फोटो, उसके अंदर कौन कौन दिख रहा है, सब ठीक लग रहे हैं ना? If I am looking fine, what am I wearing? What expression? Am I looking emotional enough? Am I looking happy enough? You know, am I looking tired, not tired? Like, you will be thinking so much before releasing those pictures, because you know you're putting your personal life out for butchering almost, right? So, and I was fully right. I'll tell you why. Because unfortunately, a few videos of my wedding got leaked a few weeks later. And you should see the kind of comments underneath it.
Why are you reading it, Taapsee?
No, it was just like when they pop, na, when you select it, sometimes the top few comments start coming up
automatically.
So you end up like seeing it, and I'm like, you know, and that actually validated my belief that I should not be putting out my personal life. Because the kind of things that they were writing there, oh, what is this? She's doing overacting at her wedding. Why is she like not covering her head? Why is she, the kind of scrutiny and the liberty the people take to comment on what I should be doing in my personal life is not what I'm okay with.
रिचा ने कहा था ना एक बार कि तू कौन है चिंटू?
Yeah, we have a lot of chintus and mintus on our profiles daily basis.
Huh.
I know my professional life is courtesy them in a lot of ways. They are the audience and they need to have an opinion, should have an opinion about my work, but not regarding my personal life. That I will not, I can't say I won't let them, but I will not at least put that on table for them.
You were in Paris. You've played the role of a sports person, in your film career also. Are you naturally interested in sports? Is that why that's why you went? Is it for your husband you went, or is it because you're learning for future roles as sports person?
Oh, that I want to take a big break from that future sports roles.
Because it's a lot of hard work. No?
It is. People don't realize it's like, yeah, it does come. In a lot of ways, athleticism comes very naturally to me. I've been in sports, in different kinds of sports since I was a child. I used to do 100 meters, 200 meters, 400, relay, long jumps. Then I grew and started learning badminton, a little bit of volleyball. Now I actually currently even play squash. This is almost like my way to do cardio is to play squash. So I really enjoy watching sports. I think the maximum thing that I watch on television is sports. Can be any sports. And during these Asian Games, Commonwealth or Olympics, my television is most of the time on. Whatever, come archery, come any game, I'm just watching it. I enjoy watching sports and I obviously enjoy playing it as well. From street sports to professional sports, if not at professional level, at least I loved playing them in school and college and even now for fun. So it came very organically for me, the excitement to watch Olympics when I knew that it will be an easier access to get in. Get in the sense like there's now a personal connect. There's also, you feel like your country's chances of winning medals are high at certain events and you really want to go and watch those and cheer for them. And this might be the last Olympics, that Matthias is a part of. So that's why also I was like, okay, I could never go and see him play because I didn't want to, because it was very stressful to see him play live. So all the years we were together, I never saw him really apart from
Really?
Yeah. I went only for like 2-3 Super Series tournaments, but not really the major ones because it was very stressful to watch him play because every point counts there and it was too fast and stressful a game for me to watch. So I thought, okay, this is the last time and this time he's the coach, he's not the player, so it's relatively less stressful. But I think this last opportunity I must seize. So I went this time.
और उसमें ये भी होता है ना कि the spouses get a lot of trolling. You've seen what happened with Anushka. At one point of time, like every time she was like कि ये पनौती है विराट के लिए. So was that also playing in your back?
No. I think I have chosen a life which unfortunately I got to know very late that कुछ करो ना करो troll तो तुम हो गई. So I think this trolling has come in all of our lives lately and I feel कि कुछ relevant हूँ मैं तभी तो troll हो रही हूँ. अगर मेरी relevance ही नहीं होती तो why would anybody spend time bother about कौन है ये क्या क्यों कर रही है ऐसा क्यों नहीं. People are spending time in negativity on you. I would be like, okay, I'm worth their time in some way.
Also the trolling is for a short period of time in the sense कि एक ट्वीट का या एक इंस्टाग्राम पोस्ट का लाइफ ज़्यादा नहीं होता, थोड़ी देर रहता है उसके बाद लोग भूल जाते हैं. यू गो टू द नेक्स्ट पर्सन लाइक इफ द paparazzi is trolling you at that time or coming too close to you, थोड़ी देर बाद जया बच्चन के ऊपर ट्रोलिंग हो जाएगी, मतलब they'll move on. But पहले ज़माने में होता था वो स्टार एंड स्टाइल, उसमें जो क्रिटिक्स होते थे they could make or break careers. आजकल की ट्रोलिंग में आई डोंट थिंक दे कैन ब्रेक अ करियर.
No, they cannot. No, they cannot. So, otherwise मैं तो यहाँ पे पक्का ही नहीं होती. I swear because
इतना बुरा हालत था क्या?
Yeah, I have a very clear logic of the fact that I'm a public figure, not public property. There's a very, very big difference between the two. You give respect, you take respect. If you shout at me, I will not take it. If you jump on me and pounce on me and physically come too close to me, that's not acceptable.
This is the Jatni in you speaking.
Yeah, how is a person behind the camera, uska no is a no. How my no is not a no. How does it make sense? A girl behind the camera saying, "You coming too close, please don't, get away, I'm not liking this," is okay. Yeah, it's her right. But just because I'm on this side of the camera, me not liking someone shouting at me or coming too close to me is not okay. I'm a girl first,
Yeah.
or a human being first, and then I'm a celebrity. I'm not a people's pleaser. I'm not. Maybe people might think that I'm in wrong profession then. No, I'm in this profession because I enjoy my job in front of the camera when I perform. In front of these cameras, I'm not performing. I am myself.
You're
And
going from set to van to set.
yeah, or some
us
event,
वक्त, हाँ.
right? If I've come for an event where I'm supposed to be filmed, papped, clicked, I will be more than happy to stand and pose for you, which I have done. But if it's my personal space in terms of like, this is not an event that I have gone for, or even if it's an event, you are coming way too close in proximity for my comfort, I will not be okay with it. So that respect should be there. And you know, I think people, they need to run their house, right? They need to run their pages, and negativity sells.
Yeah.
Why will anybody click on your page if you say she's such a nice person, she's so sweet? Nobody's interested. Only if you write, oh, she said something very nasty, oh, she got angry, oh, she shouted, then it's exciting. Arey, kya bola, kya kiya? You know, that's exciting. So every time I meet someone, it's like, you know, you don't seem like this. It's because I'm helping them have clickbaits. Why will they come and capture me every time if I'm disrespecting them? Why will they come and stand there and even ask for a picture for me if I'm being rude or doing wrong to them? They also are standing there because they know they will poke me. I will react like a normal human being. It will work for their pages. So this is how the system works. And I refuse to get affected by it now because I've realized that audience is slowly getting smart. They can see once, twice, 3 बारी गाली दी, इसको चलेगा. चौथी पांचवी टाइम में उनको थोड़ा समझ में आना शुरू हो जाएगा कि ये तो उंगली करने पहुंच जाते हैं हर बारी. So I'm hoping the audience will wake up. Even if they're not, I'm not begging people to come and watch my films out of sympathy towards me, that I'm a very nice human being, come watch my work. I'm telling them I'm working really hard. I'm giving my sweat and blood to every film. I'm trying to bring something really special to you, and I'm being very honest to my work, and I love my job. You see the trailer. If you feel that there's any credibility, please come and watch the film. I'm not asking like मेरे पे एहसान कर दो, पिक्चर देखने आ जाओ. नहीं, मैं मेहनत कर रही हूँ यार. आपको लगा मैंने कुछ अच्छा किया तो प्लीज़ आके मुझे देखो. मैं इतना कह रही हूँ. इसलिए नहीं कि मैं पेपराज़ी के कैमरा के सामने बहुत बेचारी और प्यारी हूँ इसलिए मेरी पिक्चर आके देखो. नहीं, मेरा ये लॉजिक नहीं है.
How do you react to critics praising you or pulling you down? Actually, you've had a good run with critics.
Most of it good, yeah. Even when they have been not so nice, very, very few, they've been like, it's not like a personal targeted issue. Exceptions are always there, but most of them have been very nice.
क्योंकि अगर picture इतनी चली भी नहीं, you got praise.
Yeah, I got praise. Yeah, I think that's where and it's not like I know many of them personally for them to know that what hard work I'm putting behind it. I guess my honesty towards my work speaks in front of the camera. They probably felt कि इसने कोशिश करी. अब पूरी पिक्चर का जिम्मा मेरे कंधों पे नहीं होता है. It's a team effort. Every film is a team effort. I tried to give my best. It didn't work for XYZ, whatever reasons. I shouldn't be held responsible for it. So they were kind enough to give me my due, and they've most of the times then less been kind to me.
You know, I'm going to come to Hasina and the new film. But before I come to that, I have to ask you about the beginnings. You know, for being a Delhi ladki, you decide to go to the South film industry first. You act in you don't speak Telugu, right?
I can speak, like...
you learned?
I learned. My grammar is bad, but I can manage my way through, yes.
So why Telugu say Hindi film
Actually,
industry?
Telugu, Tamil, I started both the films, or both the work in both the industries simultaneously. Yeah, why from there you asking?
No, why did you do those first?
Because I didn't get a chance here.
Yeah. So you went to Telugu and Tamil.
Yes.
And once you were a success there, then you came to Bombay film industry?
I didn't even know if I was success enough or no. It just very organic. My first films have been very, like, I haven't really hustled for them. I've been lucky. My struggle has started after my first film. Destiny got me to these industries, be it Tamil, Telugu, with the first film on platter. I will never say that I had to struggle to get the first film. My struggle started because those first films of mine in every industry worked.
Baby Pink.
First was
Baby.
Chashme Baddur.
Chashme Baddur. Didn't work.
It worked. It worked. It was a 45 crore collected at the box office with 4 newcomers.
Okay.
It was, it might not be critically big film. None of David Dhawan films are. But it collected money. So 45 crores for 4 newcomers to collect at box office in 2013 was huge.
Okay.
So
उसके बाद drought था.
No, I had baby.
You had baby.
Yeah, so I had baby. After more
Oh my
than
God!
a year.
If I want, I can make that as the headline.
Yeah, but that's a strange. अगर मैं बोलूँगी लोग शायद विश्वास भी नहीं करेंगे उसे कि हाँ तो उसके पास तो बेबी थी 2014-15 I forget the year all the time.
And it was such a strange name for the film, actually.
Yeah, it was, and that got attention.
And you started with Akshay Kumar, like, I mean, of course, Chashme Baddur before that, but you're doing Akshay Kumar, you're doing Amitabh Bachchan, and now you did just recently with Shah Rukh, the big names. Very early, I mean, in a short span of time, you acted in with the top rung heroes, and you held your ground.
Thankfully, I was good with the roles.
Were you overawed acting with Mr. Bachchan?
No, I'll tell you why. Because I have not been an ardent movie viewer while growing up. I've started watching films mostly in my college days because my parents are not ardent movie lovers of sorts. So I started going with my friends in college. Pehle school mein, whatever is coming on TV during lunch or dinner time, we'll just watch that. I was mostly into dancing, so I used to probably know all songs and lyrics by heart while growing up, but didn't watch many films. So when I started watching films, Mr. Bachchan was in his second phase of, where he started doing different kind of roles from what he was doing earlier as this angry young man. So when I met him, for me, the heroes at that time when I started watching films were Hrithik, Shah Rukh. All these people were the ones which are these larger than life people for me to get like little dumbstruck with. Mr. Bachchan was someone who was very like, someone who word of God kind of, in the sense like ये बड़े हैं, ये जो बोलते हैं इनको सुनो types. वो odd वाला जो था ना वो ऐसा नहीं था, dumbstruck वाला नहीं था उनके साथ scene. उनके साथ ये था कि he is someone who's elder and very well versed with this industry. You should just sit and listen to him kind. So I had that feeling, not intimidation at all. In fact, I really enjoyed looking into his eyes and performing because that man has some terrific energy in him when he's in front of camera. When you look into his eyes and perform, I used to get charged up. It is amazing, and it somehow has trickled down in the generation and has come to Abhishek as well.
Yeah, you acted with him
With
too.
him as well, yes. And I feel similar energy when I look into their eyes and perform. There's something very beautiful that they radiate.
And I think they know their craft very well.
They know it, yeah.
So, and having an actor opposite you, the vibes that you get, वो भी बहुत ज़रूरी होता है for you to perform very well, right?
Yeah, it is. I really believe that when I perform well, a big credit for that I give it to my co-actors also, because they are I'm not a trained actor. I kind of bounce off the energy of my co-actors. So if you have a co-actor in front of you who's giving lines really well, who's performing really well in the character, in the zone, automatically my reactions become better. So most of the times, a lot of credit of my performances and scenes go to my co-actors actually.
What about Akshay? What was it like acting with him?
He is, things that I learned from him. First, when I started doing the first film, the ease with which you need to approach action. I went and saw his action sequences even when I was not there, when I was shooting for Naam Shabana actually. Because he just had like an extended cameo of sorts in that film, and I had the title role. So there were certain fight sequences that I just went on set to see how with ease this man does, and how invested he is in the whole preparation I had to do for my action. He actually is the one who assigned trainers for my action training. So the ease of action is what I learned from him. And another thing that I really learned from that man was how to be calm in adverse of things. I've never seen him get angry. Never. He never raises his voice.
He works so hard. 4 बजे जिम में जाते हैं.
या वो तो मैंने देखा नहीं है, बट जाते ही हैं, उनको देख लो. बट मैं आपको बता रही हूँ जो मैंने देखा है अपनी आंखों के सामने. Never gets riled up, never gets worked up, very calm, doesn't get angry, and I have not seen that man bad mouthing anybody. I have never seen him चुगली मारना किसी की या फिर मतलब किसी के बारे में out of whatever reasons बुरा बोलना.
And great sense of humor.
That everybody knows. Everybody knows, you know.
Pranks and
pranks and just generally like to have fun with people around. That everybody knows. But
interviewing him is also very difficult because आप सवाल कुछ पूछते हैं, वो जवाब कुछ और ही हो जाता है, कहीं और ही ले जाते हैं, और he starts questioning me. And he starts asking me, आप खाते क्या हैं, आप करते क्या हैं?
I think वो इतने साल में उनके रेगुलर इंटरव्यूज से वो लगता है इतना थक गया कि वो ट्विस्ट कर देता है, उसको कुछ और ही बन जाता है.
Yeah, I was reading the other day. He went to Africa somewhere, I think, with his wife, and वहाँ पे there was a poison grass area. तो वहाँ पे वो गाइड बता रहे थे ये poison grass है. तो he said कि यहाँ पे loyalty इतनी होती है husband wife की that if the wife dies, the husband eats the poison grass and dies. हाँ, तो that is the kind of thing. So Twinkle said that अगर मैं मर जाऊँ तो तुमने ये खाना है. I don't want to. मैं वहाँ से ऊपर से देखूंगी that I don't want to see another woman with my handbags.
हाँ. Handbags.
Handbags.
Not in your hand, in the handbags.
Handbag.
And that's also a terrific sense of humor of your spouse also, like not just yours. Even your spouse has such an amazing sense of humor, right?
So then he says he tells the guide, he says, यार मेरे को अभी दे दे ऐसी बातें. So they both have a great sense of humor.
Yes,
So yeah,
yes.
they bounce off each other. So that was Akshay. Another person who you worked with who has a great sense of humor, I believe, is Shah Rukh Khan.
Yes, yes.
Right? And he's also another icon that you worked with.
Yes. And that also, you know, not just an icon in front of the camera with the roles and the, you know, the certain roles of his, certain dialogues of his, which are like, will be remembered for generations, but also the person he is beyond camera. Because that wit, that smartness, that spontaneity, wow. Like you can just keep looking at him like fly on the wall, because that man has got so much of aura, charisma, with how he speaks. Just, it's not about ke you have to be 6 feet tall or you have to be like, you know, looking a certain way to have that aura. The moment that person starts talking, he is so well read. He'll make sense with, I think there's so many things that if I believed in something and he said something, he believed in it, believed in something else, he'll be so good at convincing me to change my logic. He's just so good at his reasonings. So yeah, I mean, like for example, there was something I was telling the other day that, you know, how I don't really believe in buying out people to talk good about me or something like that, or to, you know, write good stuff only and all. So I remember talking about this to him, and he was like, you know, there are billboards, right? And you pay for the billboards, for your ads, for your display where you want to like show it to the audience. So people who want to be paid for saying good, for you they should be treated like billboards.
Tools हैं.
हाँ, so then they are your billboards. So they should be used as marketing tools. Now, for a person who never believed in buying people, अब like जो भी होना चाहिए organic होना चाहिए, किसी को पसंद हूँ तो हूँ, मैं पैसे दे के लोगों को अपने आप को पसंद नहीं करवा सकती. So I also kept thinking, I was like, yeah, they are billboards. So he actually changed my point of view so quickly with his logic and reasoning, which only an extremely smart man can.
Because he's also a businessman, so he understands marketing.
Yeah.
You're an engineer.
Yeah. I only know maths and physics. or rather knew.
Engineering से कैसे फिल्मों में?
Yeah, engineering में कैसे? That is a bigger question, because I loved studying and I really liked maths and physics. So I thought कि बस यही है, फिर तो engineering होनी चाहिए, because you love maths, you love physics, so you have to be an engineer. There's no other option. You come from a regular middle class family where it is important to have a fixed salary by the end of the month. My father gave up granddad's business to his brother because he wanted to have fixed salary by end of the month. हमें वो business का hiccup चाहिए ही नहीं. वो वाली mentality से I had grown up. So that is why it was like, okay, now intelligent girl is scoring quite well in school and college and likes also studying. I'm a first bencher kind of a person. So yeah, obviously engineering. This though I think I got scared midway through engineering because I thought, yeah, after this I'll have to do a 9 to 5 job sitting at one place the whole day and I have to go there every day like how dad does. That scared me. I was like, this is not looking like something that I can do for a long time because I'm extremely restless as a person. I need to keep doing different stuff to keep my mind engaged, and this didn't look like what I saw my dad doing every day was not something that I felt okay doing. And I was like, अब छोड़ तो सकते नहीं because you're halfway through it. That is not even an option to leave engineering midway or any kind of degree
Doesn't look
midway.
like your kind also कि हार मानना.
या हार मानना more so it's like it's a टैबू यार. ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है कि
Drop out हो गए.
कि ड्रॉप आउट हो गए. मतलब वो भी किस चीज़ के लिए, वो पता नहीं था मुझे. आई वाज लाइक ओके लेट मी फिगर इट आउट. मे बी नेक्स्ट 2 years आई विल अंडरस्टैंड और गेट एन आइडिया कि मुझे क्या करना है. देन आई फिगर आउट चलो MBA कर लेते हैं, उसमें थोड़ी बहुत क्रिएटिविटी आ सकती है अगर मैं मार्केटिंग में चली गई तो. सो आई स्टार्टेड वेइंग ऑप्शंस लाइक दैट टिल आई गॉट दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी दैट पीपल वर समवन सेड ओके you look good, why don't you just get pictures clicked and send it to some modeling agencies. They'll give you some ads and you can earn money, because the money used to be always an issue. Like I didn't even get pocket money. I was told कि अच्छा कितना खर्च करना है बताओ, उतने ही मिलेंगे पैसे टाइप. सो द खर्चा वॉज सो कंट्रोल्ड ना एट होम कि साल में अगर 1 या 2 बार ही नए कपड़े लेने हैं बस, उससे ज़्यादा नहीं हो सकते. सो I was that annoying kid who used to roll on floor in shops when I didn't get the clothes I wanted. And मेरी मम्मी मुझे वहीं छोड़ के ले आती थी, तू यहीं पे लेट जा, तू यहाँ दे, because she was like no, you'll only get on your birthday or Diwali, once or twice in a year you'll get new clothes. So I said, there'll come a day I will not look at the price tag. So my motivation was I don't want to keep begging for money. I want to spend my money. I really like spending money. And I kept hearing this from my parents कि जब खुद कमाएगी ना तब पता चलेगा, खुद कमाएगी तब पता चलेगा. मैंने कहा कमा के देख लेते हैं फिर. So my thrill was I'll earn my own money and I'll spend my own money.
That's also, if I was to just look back and think why your parents said that, because I don't know whether you want to talk about this or not, but I'll still ask you, because they lost, right, in the 1984 riots.
No, actually this was, my parents got married in 86. So this was before that. And I don't think they were thankfully much better than a lot of others who went through what they went through. My mom actually fortunately didn't see any
of the riots,
even though she was in Delhi only. She was Yamuna Par area mein. My dad was in Shaktinagar and he did see it. But they burned the car and all of that. But it was not like this bad that they lost their entire thing. No, it didn't really. We were one of those fortunate ones who didn't get affected that adversely.
But they saw.
My dad saw it on the doorstep. Like they were hiding, of course, inside.
Did they talk to you about it?
No, they didn't actually. I asked them is when they told me. They never spoke to me about it.
Okay, it didn't scar them as such.
No, I don't think so, because they really never mentioned it, or even when they mentioned it to me, they never mentioned it in a way that that it has left a scar or anything of that sort.
So you have a very typical middle class upbringing, and some of the subjects that you've chosen are exactly that. I had Vikrant on the podcast, and when I was talking to him, he said that चाहे जितनी मर्जी शोहरत मिल जाए ना, मैं वो मिडिल क्लास एटीट्यूड नहीं छोड़ूंगा. मैं मिडिल क्लास एरिया में ही रहूंगा, मिडिल क्लास लाइफ ही जीऊंगा, क्योंकि मैंने वही काइंड ऑफ रोल्स ऐसे करने हैं.
So he wants to get into that. Method acting.
He said it comes naturally to me to do it because it's the life that I have led. And that simplicity shorn of artificiality, क्योंकि फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में वो बड़ी जल्दी आ जाता है शोहरत के साथ. That comes in. So I want to keep it real. John Abraham said that on Beer Biceps show also. The same thing कि मैं वो middle class सोच नहीं मैंने हटानी. What about you? You want to achieve, and you in a very short span you've achieved so much. Financial security तो आ ही जाती है, पर security से आगे भी आ जाती है. Do you want to retain that middle class mentality, or do you want to just expand beyond?
I want to retain my originality, and I'll tell you how I'm doing that is what we began the podcast with, that strict line between my professional and personal life. very, very strict line, because when I say pack up, it's pack up. When I come back home, I'm not that actor who has to face so many people and all of that. I'm not that person at all when I come back home. And people in my life, in my personal life, not even once they make me feel like I am that. So that helps me keep my originality in place, my so-called middle class roots in place, because that's my entire family of friends circle is that. And if you say that, no, I'll forcefully do that, no, I will not do that. That I have to keep myself in this kind of a zone. No, I'll not do that. I have worked hard to earn my money. I would want to spend it on myself. And I've been very honest about the fact that I don't want to die rich. I want to live rich with the money that I have earned with a lot of hard work. It's not like I'm going to save for aage ki aane wali 10 generations. I don't even have that kind of a thing. Every generation, future generation of mine, should work hard to earn that money.
Khudari.
Why shouldn't they? Why should they get everything on the platter? I'll give them basics like how my parents gave them basics. When I was growing up, I didn't feel like कुछ कमी है मेरी upbringing के अंदर. मुझे लगा ऐसे ही होता है. मतलब इट वॉज नॉट लाइक कि मेरे को एक टाइम का खाना कम मिलता था या मुझे मेरे पास घर में पहनने के लिए इतने कपड़े नहीं थे. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं था. मुझे लगा ये तो बाहर जाके आफ्टर यू स्टार्ट अर्निंग यू रियलाइज कोई लिमिट ही नहीं है चीज़ों की.
अच्छा, there's a whole bunch of you who are not of the industry. Parents नहीं थे, grandparents कोई नहीं था industry का. Like I said, Vikrant is one of them. There are others, Richa and the others also. A whole bunch of you. Is this like a group जो एक ही पिक्चरों में ऐसे ही आप लोग काम कर रहे हो? क्या कर रहे हो? मतलब दिख रहा है कोई एक नेपो किड्स का एक ग्रुप है, उन्हीं के पिक्चर्स बन रहे हैं, एक आप लोगों के पिक्चर्स है, आपके ही बन रहे हैं.
Okay, I'll tell you a very, maybe it's a different opinion from a lot of others. One thing that is good about people who have parents or siblings or any other family member in the industry, the so-called, the nepotism people who say that who've come in the industry of courtesy nepotism, one really good thing that I've learned from them is how to stay together and stick together and support each other, which a lot of us people from outside don't have as much as we have, as they have for each other. I feel we are so used to hustling and struggling and racing ahead of the other that we are respectful towards each other. We obviously we respect each other. We will message each other when we see each other's work or whatever. But that अच्छी फिल्म हो, बुरी फिल्म हो, stand by this person, वो वाली जो vibe है ना, that is more in those industry kids than us outsiders. We will keep feeling somewhere deep down inside, a lot of us will end up feeling insecure with each other only. It is, and it's more than what the industry kids have. Maybe because as I said, mindset ही बन गया है कि competition का.
में है, मतलब lawyers में भी होता है, doctors में भी होता है.
हाँ, but the unity of sorts that I have seen, that they will recommend each other or stand by each other or be there for each other is, in my personal experience, I have seen they have more than us, and I think that's one thing probably, if not others, that we can take away from them in a good way.
Let's come to Hasina, your latest film, and the new one that is coming in. So tell me about how did it feel doing the sequel? थोड़ा सा डर भी लगता है ना कि अगर sequel is not as good as the first one, because there have been so many films जहाँ sequel just disappointed from what the original was.
That is more often than not that is what happens, right? Because क्योंकि पहली picture आती है और पहला series आता है लोगों का, it's out of no expectations, right? You're just watching something fresh and you're not really going with big expectations, and you like it and you feel like, oh, now interesting, let's see when the part 2 comes, and then you're going with expectations for part 2, and more often than not your expectations will not be met because आपने कितनी ऊंची रखी expectation maker को नहीं पता है. उन्होंने अपने हिसाब से एक्सपेक्टेशन का लेवल बढ़ा के प्रेजेंट किया, बट मे बी योर्स वर हायर और इन अ डिफरेंट डायरेक्शन, यू वांटेड सम अदर काइंड ऑफ फिल्म, सो दैट मोर ऑफन देन नॉट इज नॉट मेट. But in this case, what happened was, well, Kanika had written the film, part 1 and part 2, and for some reason she was extremely confident about, she knew exactly, soon after the part 1 release, I think within few weeks, she knew exactly where she wants to take the story. And she, I think, also kind of absorbed the response of the audience to understand what all she wants to retain and where she wants to take it. So it was not a already उसके दिमाग में नहीं था during part 1 that this is what she's going to do in a part 2. It's slowly with the response and people's reaction it came to her. And with me as an actor, I was more confident in part 2 than in part 1, because for part 1 I was fish out of water situation, because nobody had ever given me this kind of role also. You know, of a seductress who's going to use her femininity to her advantage. No, I have not. I've always been chosen for parts which are like headstrong and, you know, just going to be fight it out for the right and all of that. So this kind of a role was, my casting was not obvious. So I was taking like phuk phuk ke kadam in the first part. अब जो second part आया, by the time I knew what audience had liked and not liked, so I kind of like was like, okay, now I'm getting confidence, they like this, so I'm gonna now amp it up. So I used all the feedback and everything that I learned from part 1 and approached part 2 with much more confidence than part 1. So that's why Rani of Phir Aayi Raseen Dilruba will look far more in control and far more clear about what she wants and how she wants and what she is going to do for it than part 1. So yeah, that's
and
how
the
I
look.
feel. The look also, the first one we thought, yeah, so it's going to be a B town of India, so it has to be, you know, dressed in a certain way, and she's a girl who works in beauty parlor, so she dresses a certain way. But part 1 के time पे ना report जब निकली, so I realized what people never realized that I could look like that, because I guess they were so busy in seeing those intense performance wali films of
Thappad and
mine
all.
where I'm like standing up for the
Women's rights.
women rights, and I think in that case very convenient for people to overlook or not really. For me, sexiness was more about personality always, until Haseen happened to me. I always thought, yeah, sexiness is in your oomph factor for me is in your personality. But I realized, no, here you need to show them. So I said, okay, fine, if that's the algorithm of looking hot and sexy, not really the personality, so then here it is. So I said, okay, and if you see, it's not like I have shown anything in a way that a lot of my
No, there was no
contemporaries would have.
vulgarity in that.
Yeah, all I had to do was just dress myself in a certain way, show something that can really make your imagination go how sexy it can be, and in a very aesthetic way. And I love wearing saris in my normal life. I think that also reflects in the film, because my love towards saris and saris' love towards me is very mutual. We enjoy embracing each other.
The look that you had reminded me of Sushmita Sen, you know, in that jahan wo teacher thi with Shah Rukh Khan.
Oh yeah, she was breathtaking.
So the same thing, you know, those minuscule blouses and the
Yeah.
sari and the comfort in walking and
Yeah, so my idea was to Rani sarees are not like कि वो एक occasion के लिए साड़ी पहनती है, which is what a lot of people do now. The young women now in cities, they think कि sarees for red carpets or special occasions or Diwali. Or, I wanted to make it look like this is my daily wear. I go to work wearing a sari. And I think because I actually wear sari as daily wear in my real life as well, I could carry it like that.
Okay.
And that was what Rani kind of owned up. And I think today, the more women I'm bumping into, they are like, you know, you have kind of made us feel like we need to get into a sari immediately. And I'm so glad. I'm so glad that, you know, I've not really done many of those films in which I had to look hot. But the one I did, it had such an amazing impact, and I'm so glad it was in a sari.
so what is your next film? You're certainly not in a sari today.
I'm not in the sari today because I was like, if I start wearing sari for all the interviews or all
People
the
will think number 3
I'm now only promoting Haseen Dilruba. So no. So Khel Khel Mein is coming up next, which is at the opposite end of the spectrum of the film genre and the character. When Haseen Dilruba, you talk about that, it's a romantic thriller, very edgy, dark. This is a very happy, colorful comedy, diametrically opposite to each other. In Haseen Dilruba, I was playing this seductress who's like, you know, scheming and who has this kind of a very cutthroat idea of what she wants and how she's going to get it. There, I'm playing an extremely cute, vulnerable housewife of a very up-class family. So she's so out of place, but so vulnerable and sweet and endearing that you want to give her a hug after every scene because you feel like she's so cute and sweet and but so out of place.
Acha.
So that's again totally diametrically opposite. It just so happened that they're releasing 1 week apart. But when I saw both of them, I was sad because I thought they should be given more space away from each other. Happy because they look like two different human beings. Rani and Happy in
So naam hi Happy hai.
Harpreet Kaur,
Harpreet.
who is called Happy.
Of course.
She's so different from Rani. So I'm just glad that they are so diverse, not just as characters but as the film genres as well.
But do you really wanted to play a cute, sweet ladki?
I want to do comedy. Yeah. Mudassar, a terrific writer, director, friend. So he knows me beyond my films. So he knows the comedy or the humor that I have in me and what I can really pull off, which nobody has really tapped in. Because, well, let's say nobody really knows me as much. I'm not a very social person in the industry, so people don't really know the funny side of me. So they've seen me through films and they've seen some really hard-hitting films of mine, so they believe that she's a go-to choice for...
Ye thappad marne wali sabko.
Yeah, all the action
Snap.
and yeah.
You know that shooter?
Yeah, all those action stuff or, you know, we have to stand for your rights and all of that characters, तो मैं आएंगे. But friends like Mudassar who have the power of pen with them, they know how they can use me in these kind of roles also. So it will leave you in splits, it will make you laugh, might leave you lump in the throat also eventually. But it is very endearing, very vulnerable and very cute.
Comedy as a genre worldwide, it's not really clicking all through, you know, in the sense that because politically correct होना पड़ता है. I discussed this in another interview also कि you can't crack jokes on language, you can't crack jokes on accent, you can't crack jokes on somebody limping, somebody's disability, you can't crack jokes on gender. तो आधी चीजें जो 20 साल पहले was considered ordinary. जैसे अनु कपूर जी थे यहाँ पे, वो कहते थे गांव में काले को कालू ही बोलते थे या किसी को, you know, it was said, but not today. You can't crack jokes on people's color. So as a result of that, वो correct होते comedy as a genre, even late night shows in America and all that, दिक्कत होती है jokes crack करने के लिए. So comedy से become less and less. थोड़ा romantic comedy कर दो तो फिर भी चल जाएगा kind of a thing.
I think that's why humor has gone out of our lives a lot. We don't know how to laugh,
chill, and
relax and laugh at ourselves. You know, like people they take everything very seriously and they take themselves also very seriously. कि मुझे बुरा लग गया. मतलब आप कौन हो भाई? मतलब आप कौन सा मौर्य चोला खानदान के हो के आपको इतना I find it very funny when how can she say this to me or how can they talk about me like that? Who are you? Like if you look at universe, you're really like not even this significant in larger scheme of things, and people take everything so. I say this very honestly, I don't take myself too seriously. So if I have these people, so many people talking nasty things about me, some people with blue ticks, some people with not with blue ticks, they are equally irrelevant to me because I am only not taking myself seriously. So you abusing me is not affecting me at all. So like this, I think people have started taking themselves too seriously is why they are getting affected by a lot of every kind of humor. Yeah.
Razi, Kahani, Mardani, Thappad, these were all considered like beacons of hope that women-related pictures ban rahi hain and all that. Then suddenly slow down hota hai women-related topics pe because usse fir, you know, negativity hoti ki these kind of films are promoting women becoming too aggressive in society. Do you feel it's a trend hota hai, fir down hota hai, fir upar ho jata hai aise?
Yeah, because what women are doing is always going to be subjected to more judgment because it's relatively new to see women doing something. Because अच्छा अब ये इस मुद्दे पे, अब उस मुद्दे पे, अच्छा अब ये नया मुद्दा आ गया, So, because it's not a common thing. Had it been a common thing like things with men, which have been going time immemorial, he has to be the bread earner, he has to be the rightful son, he has to prove himself to be the rightful husband, he has to prove himself the rightful father. If all these things, these things have been going on since time immemorial, right? So, they are normalized. But a woman talking about these, what kind of woman is the right kind of wife, right kind of mother, right kind of daughter. These are newer topics and being viewed from a different lens from what it was viewed before, because it was viewed from a patriarchal lens. What is okay for a man to be the nice woman, like what according to a man is the nice woman. Now the lens has changed. Now woman's lens is becoming important, like how she thinks she wants to live. Now that is new, which is being resisted, which is not really normal. So hence it is facing all these kind of extra judgments, I feel, and it's been called women-centric cinema. And people obviously have less footfalls in theatres. That is why we have lesser paychecks or less value paychecks than men, because our films are not earning as much as a man-driven film or a man's subject of a film. Because the maximum footfalls are male, and they want to watch their representation as hero on screen. And their idea of a good female is that nice, sweet, bubbly heroine, and not their hero is not a female who's standing up and saying the way she wants people to be or things to be or her life to be. So it's majorly the audience driven mandate, where these are the kind of films that they would like to see more. Entertainment also, entertainment का ठेका भी जो होता है ना, which is more with the male driven massy films. Women driven films are not made with a lot of humor and flair as of now. I think that's one space probably a lot of us will slowly start tapping in, where it will be like we can also do comedy, we can also do the heroism, but we'll have to do it in a slightly different way. So we have to devise ways and means to create those cracks in the system and get through it.
Like Alia did with and Sanjay Leela Bhansali cast Alia, and did that. It was a totally woman oriented.
Yes, but it's Sanjay Leela Bhansali. He can him and Rajmouli can pick up like Rajmouli has picked up a Makhi and made that Makhi a hero. Yeah, there are people who can make anybody, everybody, and Alia is a terrific actor, so she obviously has done superbly.
Yeah, but I can't do a Taapsee Pannu interview and not talk about Thappad. Please tell me about that. Does that follow you everywhere, that film?
And thank God for that. I have a film that can follow me, and I like it like that. It's not a film that I'm going to get rid of ever.
Yeah.
I mean, in fact, my entire filmography, I always say this, that one of the reasons, things that I keep in mind when I choose my films is, few years down the line, I'm going to have kids, and I want to be very proud to tell them this is my filmography. I should be very proud to show them the work I have done and invested the time of my life in. So I'm extremely proud of my films like Thappad, who have given me a very strong image and identity of sorts, and I love to carry it, and it has given me a lot of encouragement that acha chalo theek hai, maybe right now, today if Thappad released, maybe it wouldn't have collected as much as collected in the first 2 weeks when it did, but it has the potential that maybe something else if I do, which will be relevant to today's time, I can still do it again. It has given me encouragement as an actor to headline a film which is not your conventional mainstream film of sorts, and it still worked. So it gave a lot of encouragement to a person like me that I don't have to be out and out massy in a massy film to make it work at the box office.
So when films are offered to you, agar koi regressive character hota hai, do you want to take it up, or do you feel कि नहीं मैं नहीं करूँगी? ऐसे
There's a lot of times they say मैं नहीं करूँगी. I think most of the time they don't even get to me. This is also a struggle, because even if it's little subdued character, वो लाते ही नहीं है मेरे पास. There's so many times that they are like, they are saying, okay, मैम आपके लिए एक film है, don't worry, it's a female driven film. Or I'm like, but who told you I'm only doing female driven film? Yeah, look at my filmography. I've done a film called Surma. Where I had hardly had any part. Diljit was the hero in that film. I've done Mission Mangal. I have done Baby in the beginning of my career also. Even now, Khel Khel mein is an ensemble cast with 7 of us. I don't want to be the center of every film. That's too taxing. It's very stressful for me to be headlining every film because you have to take the brickbats also of everything. I want to share that load with someone.
Mission Mangal ka batao. Why did you do Mission Mangal?
Because it was such a milestone of an achievement that I wanted to be a part of when we are showing that on screen, right? So in some way you are showing a landmark achievement of the country, and
I think 25 years later when you look back, you want to see that Mission Mangal ka hissa main thi.
Yeah, and
like if you can't be an astronaut, you might as well.
Yeah, I cannot be, right? So I was like, aise karke ho jayega. And also, you can look at the actors who were there in the film. And I enjoy working with good actors. I really love sharing screens. I love Vidya Balan. I've been telling to her on her face every time I meet her, I just love her. So I wanted to be a part of that film, knowing that I'm not the center of the film. I'm not an Akshay Kumar in that film, nor am Vidya Balan in that film. But I want to be in that film because I love the people who are in the film. I love the subject.
She also has the same or similar vibe as you in the sense, I'm sure filmmakers come to her only if they have like a strong, powerful woman kind of a role. And you also give the same vibes where I guess people come to you only when they have strong roles for you. You've acted both in South Indian and North Indian film industry. I mean, if I was to call the Hindi film industry North, why are films in the Hindi film industry not really making it? I mean, there are so many which are not seeing the light of day after 3 days in a theatre, whereas the South film industry, whether it's Malayalam, whether it's Telugu, whether it's Kannada, whether it is Tamil, they're all doing well. They're doing new subjects.
Actually, that's where you're mistaken. You have a very one-side perspective of the situation. You are only seeing the films that are able to survive beyond those 3 days. The films coming from South. The same perspective people in South, in all the 4 industries have about Hindi. There too you can make this subject also, that subject also, this also works, that also works. We can't make this kind of subject in our industry because it will not work. They think the same thing about Hindi films. So there also films fail. There also films don't work after 3, 4, 5 a week or something and they're out of the theatre. It's just that you don't get to know about it sitting here. If you're staying in that state, or if you follow that industry and every release that's happening every Friday, you'll realize they also have equal proportion of hits and flops.
Okay.
It's not that different.
Okay. So do you feel that there is scope for change, improvement?
Well, there always is and there should be. None of our industries are perfect, and if you've achieved perfection, I'm
Are they
scared.
losing out to OTT? That's what is...
So no, so this kind of obviously changed during lockdown because everybody got too comfortable watching at home. Everybody put up their home theatres, set up nice systems at home, got that comfort in their house to see every film because 2 years of COVID and lockdown 1, 2, 3, whatever. Now people are like, okay, 2 saal mein we have created a comfort space at home to watch films. Why should we go out and watch? Like, what will drive us to theatres? Now here, the difference between South and Hindi audience, I can tell you, is their movie viewing is more like a very, almost like a religious activity. Okay, people are movie lovers. Okay, so it's a ritual there that by weekend, small movie, big movie, hit, flop, whatever you are saying, we have to still go and watch it.
Time pass nahi hai.
हाँ मतलब it is a part of their life that weekend we have to watch a film kinds, regardless of how big or small the movie is. So that ways they are much more passionate to view a film there, to watch a film there, compared to us where I've seen it's relatively more difficult to pull out a Hindi movie viewing audience from their houses to go and watch the film. It's not as much of a strict ritual of sorts here. They are like, अच्छा अभी नहीं तो हम OTT पे कुछ हफ्ते बाद आके देख लेंगे. It's okay types, you know, we are okay with it.
Do you feel lesser when you're doing a streaming movie, when you're doing a series, OTT?
Now it's not like that. And actually Haseen Dilruba had changed it. The reach it had, the impact it had, and the fact that it gave me my own franchise, which not many can really boast about, kind of changed my perspective with Haseen. But I understand that the charm of watching a film on big screen it cannot be replaced. You ask any actor, if he or she has a choice between becoming a theatre star or an OTT, if you have a choice, एक तो होता है ना कि स्टार बनना ही मतलब मेरे तो कहीं पे भी बना दो, अगर चॉइस है कि तुम्हें OTT स्टार बनना है कि तुम्हारे को थिएटर का स्टार बनना है, everybody will choose थिएटर का स्टार because you want that importance from your audience that they like you so much, they like your work so much that they'll spend money to view you every time, get out of the comfort zone of your house, go to a particular place to watch you at a given time. This effort of time, it's not as much of a money effort honestly, क्योंकि OTT भी महंगे होते हैं, उनको भी खरीदना पड़ता है monthly charge पे. But it's more about the time. You're going to get out of the house, drive all the way to the theatre, park it, go sit there for 2.5, 3 hours, then come back. This time of your life that the audience is giving, I think all of us yearn for that.
And I think you have a responsibility also, you feel, right?
Yeah, of course.
To give it your all because they are doing so much to come out and watch. You've acted with in both this film industries, like, or 3 film industries. There was a time people used to say that the South film industry, they are more professional. उनकी scripts tight होती हैं, लोग time पे आते हैं, professional हैं. And Bombay film industry is more haphazard. Is it still the same, or
I don't know if it was there before or that's all they knew about things from the outside. Having worked in both the industries, I can tell you it's not the case. The difference I can tell you is in South, because it's scale wise, the number of films wise or the diaspora wise smaller than Hindi, so things turn around quicker there. So I can today as a maker decide to make something which can potentially go on floors in next 2 to 3 months. That quick to turn around things.
Finances भी आ जाते हैं, actors भी आ जाते हैं, सब कुछ
It's that quick to turn around things. But in Hindi it's not like that. It's like 7-8 months to like years of putting things together. So the process is longer there. Bound script ka at least I was there since the time I was there in southern film industry. I didn't get any bound script for any of my films. Only like I used to get
scene by scene.
Scene by scene. And a lot of things used to change a lot of time on set. I think now probably it's better there as well. But when I started in Hindi, my first film Chashme Baddoor, though it was a David Dhawan film who is called, director from the time where everything was written on the spot kinds, even that film had a bound script. So of course other films of mine were
You've done Sujoy and
those were
Anurag.
Yes, those were. Anurag's script was also like a proper script. Even though he writes on the set, I had refused to go on set. I said, I don't know what you're writing. I need to, because it's the first time I'm working with him. I said, I need to know what you're going to shoot.
He has a method to his madness.
Yes, he has. The first film, I did give him a lot of trouble. And he is very vocal about it also. उसने बहुत बदनाम करके रखा है मुझे सबके सामने. But I was like, I need to know what I'm going and shooting. I can't just deep dive into that deep end, and it's such a tricky and difficult film because it's all emotion driven. I need to know what I'm going to do or what scene you are shooting. So that I did put him on that gunpoint.
And Sujoy?
Sujoy, we had full script.
Full script.
Yeah, we had full script.
And you feel comfortable knowing exactly कि क्या expected out of you?
I feel comfortable knowing कि story और scenes क्या हैं. उसमें बीच में dialogue तुम ऊपर नीचे कुछ भी करो. तुम्हें montage add करने हैं करो, extra shots लेने हैं करो. But मुझे पता होना चाहिए इस film के अंदर ये scenes हैं. वो भी नहीं पता है, तुम एकदम ही मतलब एक 4 लाइन की स्टोरी पे सेट पे चले गए हो with someone who you're working with for the first time. I feel a little scared about like how will I get through this.
Very early in life you've acted with like top-notch actors, top-notch film directors. What do you want to do आगे? Like इतनी जल्दी you reached a पड़ाव.
I think there's still so many left who haven't really worked with, and I think I want to do what I haven't has been my idea. Try to like not make it feel like I'm doing a 9-to-5 job where I'm doing the same thing every day. That has been my driving force to come into this industry at first place. So it should not look like a monotonous job. I should feel a little scared and worried every day as to now how I'm going to do this scene or how will I play this character. That excitement and that nervousness should be there. I don't want to always think about these are the people I want to work with kinds, because I feel I'll jinx it then and it will not happen, because it is very difficult for me to put a tick there. everybody is not accessible. Like I just got, my luckiest moment was when Rajkumar Hirani called me for Dunki. In no dreams also I had this dream that I'll ever work with Shah Rukh Khan in a Rajkumar Hirani film. These are not the kind of dreams people like me have. So that's why I'm not keeping any of those checklists. I'm hoping these kind of surprises will happen more in the future. But until then, I know what kind of films or what kind of roles I want to do and what kind of people I want to work with. That I know, so I'm going towards that.
You know, in your profession, there's a lot of anxiety also. Film chalegi, nahi chalegi. There are so many factors for a film to run, and if the film doesn't run, then everybody associated with the film is declared a failure, at least for that Friday. By Monday, it's another day. But there's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of, so how do you keep yourself stable and move on to the next? Like, is this spirituality, yoga, mental peace, mental stability ke liye, what is your go-to?
I wish we had a rule book or manual to that, because that is something that we all need on daily basis, all the actors especially, because we are in front of the camera. We don't, in a lot of ways, like we all are equally responsible, whoever part of the film, for the failure or success. But brutality of it sometimes becomes too extreme. So does the love. If the film works, it becomes too much love and everything goes to the actors sometimes. But the brutality of it, when it doesn't work, is extremely difficult mentally for us to go through. No matter how much we say, okay, then we pull back. But that pulling back, the effort and the mental strength it requires, it's not easy to put it in words. I don't really have a fixed pattern to go about it. All I know from my experience of multiple ups and downs I've seen right from my South industry time till now is that if you are really good at your job, there will be sooner or later something that will come to you, that will help you show your talent. You just need to keep your balance, mental balance good enough for you to not to give up on yourself. That and one thing really personally helped me was, this is my job. It is not the be all and end all of my life.
Okay.
Yeah, I go to work, I come back home. This doesn't define me. So if tomorrow this doesn't work for me or I'm not good at it anymore, I'll try something else. This is not going to be that, I don't have that thing of मैं मरते दम तक acting करना चाहती हूँ. नहीं, मैं जब तक मेरा मन है तब तक मैं acting करना चाहती हूँ. जिस टाइम मेरा मन उठ गया, for some reason I'm not enjoying it, or for some reason I'm not getting the kind of work I want to do, I will do something else. So I don't have that desperate need to keep working till the end of my life in this film industry only. And the second thing is that I don't feel that this validates my life. Like, मेरी picture कितनी hit है, कितनी flop है, makes me a good or a bad human being. No. I'll still be the person I am first and then an actor. So this hit and flop is a part of my work profile, is not my life profile.
That's amazing clarity at a very young age.
I am, after going through multiple ups and downs.
Yeah? You've had your struggles.
Yes, I'm a Leo and I'm a numerologically number 1. You can see the kind of pressure that I would have put myself through, the torture I've put myself through to be good at things that I didn't even plan in my life. I never wanted to be an actor. I stumbled upon this profession. I started enjoying it. I did not really anticipate or get prepared for the other things that come with it beyond what you do between action and cut. There's so many other things that come with an actor's life which I was not prepared for. So I had to learn it the hard way and kind of embrace the bad of it along with the good that I'm enjoying. So, so all these learnings have happened through last 13-14 years now, which now I feel slowly I have a better grip of it. But as I said, there is no manual to it, and I hope there was one.
And also there is no private life as such, in the sense that there's a lot of intrusion. Yes. So to keep your private life private requires a lot of effort, requires a lot of हार्ड वर्क एंड ड्राइंग बाउंड्रीज जो जिसका उल्लंघन सब लोग करते हैं क्योंकि in our country we have 1.4 billion boundaries अगर हम बनाने लग जाए तो कहाँ से होगा?
There are no boundaries in your inside your house also, inside your there's no privacy sometimes inside the house also, so forget about actors in the world outside.
families में नहीं है. everybody thinks it's their right to tell another person कि आज थके हुए लग रहे हो, आज tired लग रहे हो.
I remember there was this थके हुए से मुझे याद आया, I was shooting for the climax of फिर आई हसीन दिलरुबा. I was at the cliff, okay, and it was an extremely high emotional scene.
You're really at the cliff? It's not green screen?
No, I'm on that cliff in real.
Oh my God, okay.
I was on that cliff. So I'm standing there and I'm trying to get into that zone because when I have to perform such emotionally heavy scenes, I go quiet for a few hours.
And it's bloody dangerous.
It is dangerous and I have to say some heavy lines and I have to be hyperventilating, and so I keep myself calm for a few hours so I can use that energy to perform there. So I'm like keeping quiet, I'm walking around, not trying to talk to anyone and concentrate. I leave from there to go to the toilet away, and there are people standing there looking at me, okay, and they don't really care कि अब क्या प्रोसेस है एक्टर का, क्या कर रहा है कोई. उनको तो है कि एक्टर खड़े हैं, अभी नाचेंगे गाएंगे कुछ करेंगे, एंटरटेन करें हमारे को. हम खड़े हैं तो इनका तो काम ही है ये. तो वो खड़े हैं, क्या कर रहे हैं. थोड़ी बार मैं जा रही हूँ, मैडम, हेलो मैडम, आप तो बड़े सुस्त हो, आप बड़े सुस्त लग रहे हो. So what do you do at this point? So you're not, I'm trying to be in a certain zone to perform something that I hope you like later on, but I've been like, I have to subject myself to this as well. So there are no boundaries anywhere.
That's your private space. It gets invaded very often, especially outdoors में तो ये ज़्यादा ही होता होगा आपके लिए. How do you deal with it when you come out of that outdoor space, when you've finished your lines? Do you switch off?
I immediately switch off. मतलब अब हो गया है, अब now I know how to do it. Initially I remember when I did Pink was the first time I had experienced myself getting so affected by my character or what I'm doing.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah, before that I had not done these kind of intense mudda wali film or intense characters who have deep impact. So that, it took me almost a month. I took one holiday, I went off, totally disconnected from work, because I realized I've become so vulnerable because I played a character who's been molested, so she's just so vulnerable, right? So she gets affected by everything that's happening around her because that part of her brain is not letting her forget what she has gone through. I almost started believing I am one because every day, day to night, I was psyching myself out into believing it has happened to me. So it so happened that no matter what I see, a beggar begging, a small girl walking, a homeless girl walking on the road, I used to start crying looking at that. It became I became fragile from inside. That was the first experience that I had where I realized how much it can affect me in my real life.
Internalize हो गया ना सारा वो grief.
Yeah. So that's when I was like, okay, I need to figure out a hack, because it doesn't look like these kind of roles are going to stop coming to me. So I kind of eventually developed a hack of how to snap out of it. It takes me a little while to get into it, to make it sound and look real and not like rehearsed lines or not like how anybody else could have said it. But it takes a piece out of me, and that's why I say after every film I do, especially of these kinds, something changes in me. Something changes, which will never come back to what it was. Because it's the price I pay for doing these realistic or relatable characters.
Authentic होना चाहिए. तो जब authentic होता है तो you bring out from inside.
Something from inside. You're investing something of your own in those characters, so you're not going to get it back.
Wow.
Yeah,
I can imagine. So this character also stays with you for some time, even though ज़्यादा दिखा लिया, but it's become part of you.
Yeah.
So next time you play a role which is somewhat similar, you'll be taking the energy from that film.
Yeah, that's why I try and not do something similar, because even if you don't like it, sometimes you're going to channelize that side and bring it in. So it's better I don't repeat it. Unless you're doing a franchise like Haseen, then obviously you have to keep that continuity also. But other than that, it's better to refrain from doing similar characters, because even if you don't, subconsciously you'll start repeating some things that you've done before, unless you have a director who can really control you and take you in a different direction.
Are you political by nature?
I think all of us are. We have our own politics of sorts. It doesn't always have to be related to a particular type of politics.
Does it impact by when actors speak out? Because like Swara Bhaskar said that because of that films didn't come her way. Ratna Pathak said that films didn't come her way. There are many who say that. At the same time, the right-wing people who have right-wing views said that for decades films didn't come our way because we had a particular leaning. Do you feel that there are some actors जो बोलते ही नहीं है whatever political view they have because they know कि हमारे पास फिल्में नहीं आएंगी.
That's true. That's true. People want to stay quiet because they feel that this way or that problem तो होगी. You know,
to be outspoken is a problem.
To have an opinion, वैसे ही actors को supposedly माना जाता है कि इनका तो IQ low ही होगा, इनको तो कुछ नहीं ही पता है. So I think that ignorance or that
especially women, I guess.
Yeah, women तो of course. अब तो how dare you even have an opinion? वो तो हमारा तो वो how dare में आ जाता है. So but anyway, so it is a double-edged sword. I feel you have an opinion, then also it's a problem. You don't have an opinion, then also it is a problem.
Tell me, did you have an opinion when you went abhi Olympics में that the controversy regarding that Iman Khalifa?
Yes, Iman Khalifa.
Did you have a view about that? What did you think?
I played a film on that subject. I did a film called Rashmi Rocket, which was about a female athlete being banned because she was detected with high level of testosterone. So I played this role, and I mean, we presented our views, and that's why, you know, I think beauty of the kind of films I get is sometimes I get my films to talk about the muddas that I personally believe in without making a statement outside. So that was a film that I spoke about where I played that athlete, and it is not in my control what my hormones are. It's not like I've taken supplements. It's not like I've injected any hormones. It's just I'm born with it. And our argument in the film there was there's so many athletes who are born with an edge over the others, like Usain Bolt, you know, and you have Michael Phelps who has bigger, you know, the feet and the
webbed feet.
So all these people, they are also born with certain biological edge over others. Why are they not banned? And why only like someone who has higher level of testosterone is not, if she has taken injections or hormonal hormones in her for this particular competition, then of course it should be illegal and it should be she should be banned. But if she is not, then by something that is not in her control, you've banned her when all her life she has lived like a girl. So that's the character that I played in the film as well. So yeah, so that was my statement.
Quite a few sports persons you've played actually.
Yes, I have. Yeah. Some I've learned. Some sports I've learned through them. Some I knew. Like I knew how to sprint because I've been sprinting since I was a child.
Sharpshooting.
Shooting I learned.
Hockey.
Hockey I learned. Cricket I learned. I did not know cricket. I did not even know how to hold a bat properly. That I learned. Hockey I learned, yes, and shooting also. I'm extremely bad at aiming and shooting. It was very tough to learn.
But पता नहीं लगता. But you look like you mastered it completely.
Yeah, acting ठीक ठाक कर लेती.
Okay, what is left? Villainous, vampish roles?
No, I've done great. I've done Badla, na?
Badla
How can I be nastier than that?
Correct. You've done Badla. That's
Yes.
right. Yeah. So you've done the entire gamut
I've
in a
done
very
quite,
short span.
quite a bit, yeah. That's why the struggle now is to find the stuff that I have not done or is very
Gharelu
different.
sweet si ladki.
Thappad.
But happy you're doing.
Gharelu, vulnerable, sweet. I've done a Gharelu sweet si in Thappad also. She was also quite Gharelu and sweet.
But then she changes.
Then she changes, and even in this is very cute and sweet as Happy in Khel Khel.
There's a growth of character
Yes,
even
it
in
is.
Happy.
It is.
There is.
Yes.
Because like in all your characters, it's there. It starts with something and there's a twist to the tale.
It is. If you've seen, even like Mudassar has written and directed the film, and he has done Happy Bhag Jayegi Pehle, and he has done Pati Patni Aur Wo. If you've seen these films, the females end up having the biggest agency in his writing and his films. So in this as well, the female has a very, very solid agency.
So we look forward to seeing that and wishing you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you for spending time with us and explaining
pleasure.
about your career and your life.
Thank you. I had really good time.
Thank you so much. Thank you for watching or listening to this edition of the ANI podcast with Smita Prakash. Do like or subscribe on whichever channel you have seen this or heard this. Namaste. Jai Hind.